You're listening to the Comic Crusaders Podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Wepa! What up, mi gente? It's your boy, Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders Podcast. And today we got an amazing comic book creator, writer. Homie is going to be, or if not already, the king of sci-fi in comics. Everything he has done, he has smashed out the box. I mean, his first stories even got option already. I mean, Mark Miller, watch out. You ain't got shit on homie right here. Let me introduce the king right here of sci-fi, the one, the only, Mr. Zack Kaplan.
Hey, how you doing now? Hey, everybody.
What up, kiddo? How you doing today?
I'm good. What an intro. And I haven't seen your the countdown, the 10 countdown that started this thing off here. Wow, yeah. That was incredible.
Doesn't it get too intense? Like, oh, what am I getting into over here?
Well, I mean, sci-fi is my jam. That thing felt very sci-fi, very high energy. Yeah, that got me going. So
I'm bringing you into the megaverse, the Comic Crusaderverse.
I like the megaverse. Yeah, that's good. The megaverse. Yeah.
So let's do it, man. Because listen, we need to talk to people about the Kaplan verse or the Cap verse, whatever you want to call it. With a K, folks. Now with a C.
I haven't figured it out. I like the Cap verse. Like that.
So, dude, man, put people on, man. Where you from, OG, big homie?
Oh yeah, I'm a Midwest boy at heart. You know, I grew up in the Quad Cities, Iowa, cornfields and all, right around all the
children of the corn. Hopefully, you weren't killing them.
I didn't see any of those. I guess I was more. It was more Goonies looking for lost treasure in the backyards. And then I moved to North Florida, which was home of Jacksonville there, and and then I came out to Los Angeles. I've been out in LA for God knows. Yeah.
Wow. So you go from Midwest to Southeast, and now you're on the West Coast. I mean, what a transition. How was that for you? And what stages of your life were you when you were making those changes?
I mean, I was a kid when I was in the Midwest. I was young. I was, right out of Spielberg, riding the bike and running around with the neighborhood kids and all that. Very idealistic.
A little ET doll in your bike.
Yeah, it was very much like that. And then I moved to Florida when I was 10, and it was hard because I was a Jewish kid from the Midwest. I was dropped in the Baptist Bible Belt. Everyone's super friendly there. Everyone's very very nice, but I felt a little bit of an outsider. Yeah, I felt a little outsider. I was when they said who's celebrating Hanukkah, it was only my hand that went up. So
you're like, oh man.
No one else is bringing latkes. I got latkes. My mom made latkes. What is it? No one else is bringing this stuff.
Yeah, and them joints is good too. Let me tell you,
they are good.
I'm from Brooklyn. I grew up in Greenpoint by Williamsburg. A big Jewish community. I had a lot of jobs in Greenpoint with a lot of Jewish people. Let me tell you, man, with them chocolate cakes.
Bro, yes,
I was gaining weight. I'm
sure. Jewish bakeries will bring you in. Yeah, they got good sweets.
Yes, they do. It's like you would think these Jewish bakers potheads, because man, they make some good shit.
Maybe in the right parts of Brooklyn, I'm sure you can find that one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but then it was interesting. But I Florida was beautiful. I grew up near a beach, and it was really nice. And always wanted to tell stories. Came out to Hollywood, wide-eyed, and did all sorts of stuff around town.
How old were you when you went out there?
I came out here like right out of college, 22.
As an adult, you made that decision. Like,
yeah.
I'm out.
I went to college in Washington D.C. and I and then studied theater. Really, I mean, but I always knew I was going to try to do something in entertainment and film and TV. I came out and did a bunch of that. But I grew up reading comics. I loved it, and I especially found comics again because I grew up reading all the superhero stuff. And it wasn't until
before you get to that step of your refound love, let's go back to the OG love. How did it get introduced in your life?
I actually think it was, X-Men, for sure. Wolverine. I mean, I just loved that stuff when I was a little kid.
Okay.
Spider-Man, obviously. I think though, when I started collecting comics was Spawn and the Max. That was when I was kind of like, it felt darker and cooler, and I was like, ooh, this is
newer. I
and
think
newer.
as well, because it's like, damn, you don't have this baggage of history that it's gonna make you break your bank.
Yeah, I felt like I was starting out on something. It was really exciting. So I got into all of that, and but then I think I got away from it a little bit, and then it was right around back in college when I started to get back into. Oh,
So,
yeah, I mean, yeah.
So what years were these then? Where you're saying that you got out of it, and then what was the gap like when you got out of it to when you got back in? What was that gap?
Yeah, maybe early 90s. Then I kind of missed it in the middle of the 90s. Maybe I started to get away from it 91, 92 and come back around 98, 99 or so.
Interesting, because my gap was funny too, because I had a gap.
You had a gap.
I had a gap too of like where I stopped kind of most everything except Spawn, and then even the comic shop I was going to was like, "You still buying this?" And look now, motherfucker, your store is closed and Spawn is still going. But yeah, but I had a big gap, and what really got me back fished in was when Dreamwave came out with the rebooted Transformers. I said, "Oh my god, this looks so dope."
Mine was Y the Last Man, probably. Y the Last Man. That really pulled me in, and then I started to find all the Wildstorm stuff, all the Vertigo stuff. I mean, Preacher,
wonderful.
Yeah,
I read that whole run. I loved it, beginning to end, and the show did it justice. It was fun.
Yeah, Transmetropolitan. I liked the dark stuff and the I suddenly realized, oh, wait a minute. Like, I think that was when I realized that comics were not just
superheroes.
Yeah, I was
my
like,
favorite is Punk Rock Cheeses. But when you go Transmetropolitan, we're talking Spider Jerusalem. I mean, what a fucking ill character, no?
Yeah, really, really just cool and creative and inventive. And that was the stuff that, I mean, Queen, the Last Country, just I was like, oh, that Spy Jam just really brought me in.
Did you find that yourselves, or was it within the college community hanging out with the big homies? I mean, did you have, tribes, or were you alone in all this?
I can't remember. I was alone in this. I was going, and this was back in still, late 90s, 98, 99, 2000. So there was no internet or anything. This was me going to a comic book shop and kind of going, what's this one featured on the shelf, and flipping through it. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just picking up stuff, or maybe I'd overhear something. You were not podcasting back then to tell.
I mean, nothing was going on. I
needed some of that, but I found, so I go in and say, hey, what should I like this? What should I read? I liked Preacher. What should I read? I liked Y the Last Man. What should I read? And I just started inhaling it more and more. And that was
beautiful.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
So the bug bit you. All right. So you say you were always destined, you felt, to kind of get into entertainment. I mean, you said that was your narrative. So when you have this narrative that you want to do something, that's your destiny. You got this, because you are making it happen. You are speaking this onto the world. You are manifesting, and you're doing it. Look at you.
Yeah.
So when did you take that bold step to say, okay, let me step into this creative world and put myself out there? When did that spark happen?
It's a great question. I don't know that it was a spark. I mean, I feel like it's been a slow burn the whole time. I don't know. I feel like
it's a drama movie. Ooh.
It's like an itch. It's like an addiction. This is an addiction movie or something. But I mean, every time I would think about doing something else, I come back to it. And I always wanted to tell stories, whether it was whatever it was. So I mean, you just keep pushing. And I feel like creators, when you're getting started, when you're getting in, you still aren't sure that you got doubts, or you're wondering, or it's hard work, it's a grind, and you just keep pushing. So I don't know that there was a spark. I mean, certainly I guess Eclipse was a big deal for me, because that was the moment that I actually always wanted to make a comic. I always wanted to be, I grew up wanting to be a storyteller and tell stories. And in that, I wanted to make a comic. I did not know I wanted to be a comic creator until I put out Eclipse. And Eclipse, I just wanted to make a comic. I loved the medium. But then when I went through the process of making it, even before it hit stands, just the process of making it and going and learning about the comic industry and learning more, like being on the other side of it, I was hooked. And so when that thing hit, I was very fortunate that it did well and people really liked it. But I was bitten by the bug then. So I think that was the spark for me in terms of comics. That I was like, yeah, I'm in. Sign me up.
What was the learning curve like for you? Here you are, a young creator. You're building your first book. I mean, what were the learning curves like? What were you handling? I mean, how did you do it? How did you get a publisher to even look at it and say, oh, shit, we're going to publish this, baby?
I mean, where to start? I mean, in terms of how to get a publisher to look, I pitched, a dozen different places time and time again and kept trying. And I got lucky. I had a stack of other things, film and TV scripts that showed I could write. And I had this idea. And Top Cow, I caught Matt Hawkins on a good day. He decided to he said, this is a really cool idea. I really like this. And I like your writing. I like your approach. And they must have had a window to do something. They gave me a very small chance. And so I got, you got to get little lucky,
right place, right time, huh?
You got it. And, but I mean, in terms of the learning curve, it was, I mean, I knew how to tell a story and the basics of, but working with a comic artist and the process of understanding a layout and the compression of space and time in a comic and how that's different than any other medium. And and then, the business, the concept of, conventions. I didn't know what I was doing in terms of conventions and, retail, like,
you want me to meet people and sign books? What the hell is this?
I mean, it was a joy. I was excited to do it, but there's a lot of a learning curve. I think all comic creators kind of go through that, where you're kind of thrown into the deep end about do this, do that. And so, yeah, but it was a while. It was a ride. God. I mean, I definitely got thrown in the deep end there, but it was great.
That's wonderful. And now, how did you find and start building a team? Was the publisher responsible for that, or were you building your team ahead of finding a publisher?
It kind of all worked in concert, but they had a few names they were looking at, and I saw Giovanni Timpano. And yeah, he's a gorgeous artist. I lost him to he's been doing all these Call of Duty. He's been doing all these Call of Duty comics. Everybody,
because I lost him. No, you didn't lose him. You didn't lose him. He's gonna come back.
I'll do a comic with him again someday. We talk about it quite a lot, but he's doing a lot of stuff with Call of Duty, and I think he's got a Benelli book or something, or Panini book coming out over. So he's doing very well. But yeah, I saw his stuff. Actually, it was a really tough decision. He was 6 months out or something. He wasn't available for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And so they said, you want to get someone else? And I just knew he was the right guy. And I said, I'll wait.
How did you know, though? Just for a creator to know this, like, what did you feel? What was that feeling like when you knew this is the person for me right here to help me in my project?
I don't know that it's like dating or something. I don't know that the right answer. It's just, I just had a feeling that I looked at his art and there was some
butterflies. You're like, oh man, this is the one.
Yeah. I think I did look at the artwork, and I think even fans and readers of comics get butterflies when they see something.
When we see beautiful art, absolutely. And then here we are spending money. At least in my case, I have somebody looking at my collection like, what is that new? No, I've been had it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was I got butterflies looking at the artwork, and I knew I had to work with him. Yeah. And he brought, people who've read Eclipse, for those of you who haven't read Eclipse, it's a world where the sun turns deadly and is burning people alive. And then there's a murder that takes place. It follows this ordinary guy who's been out fixing solar panels, who's basically gets pulled into solving a murder.
I'm saying though, the solar panels are collecting massive amount of energy though. At least we ain't paying electricity bills, folks.
That's right. But it needed an artist that could capture that world, and it was really this beautiful post-apocalyptic world. And even though it was desolate, it was pretty. The underground was dystopian, and above ground was kind of freeing. And he just nailed it. Yeah,
I love that. So, and what is this thing, man? Because again, I'm saying you're the king of sci-fi for comics right now, bro. For real, bro.
That's very nice.
They better send you a crown, like FedEx, same day delivery.
I don't know.
Right now.
I don't know about that. I feel like I would like to earn that title one day, but I'd have to
smashing it, bro.
I have to Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton said, "I'm not ready for the rock of." I will put out some God titles, and then you can have me back on, and we'll prove that. But I'm not.
Nah, boy, you got this, bro. Because every joint you got is just been murderous. It's awesome. So, what is it with you and this fascination with sci-fi?
Oh yeah. It's two things.
Dangerous question.
I've already kind of covered it. One, it's that kid in the Midwest in the cornfields who watched E.T. and Goonies and Spielberg and is looking up, wondering what more is out there, And I feel like that's one part of the fun of science fiction is imagining that world, that fantastical spectacle that we all kind of love thinking about. And the other thing is growing up in Florida, feeling like an outsider. And so a lot of my stories have these amazing worlds, and they have characters that are trying to find their way through them. And so I think it's the breaking of that 80s idealism and kind of that young kind of spirit being dashed to the realities of life. And okay, what are you going to do now? And I think that science fiction is just such a fun genre to explore stories that make us think and make us feel and make us wonder. That's my favorite part of going to the movies or going to see a great TV show or picking up a comic that, if I want to talk to someone about it, where I'm, oh my God, did you check out this? Did you check out that? I mean, that's the best thing. And no one wants stories that bring out that desire to talk to someone about it. That's the best. So
agreed. I mean, and I do that shit all the time, man. I'm a comic fan. So always, even people that don't read sometimes when they give me a hint that they're a fan of pop culture, have you ever checked this out? Hey, hold on. Any opportunity I have to talk, man, about this wonderful genre culture that we have here, I will do it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So talk to me about these current projects. I'm gonna start bringing some stuff up, man, because you got some kick-ass stuff going on.
Which one are we starting with here? Are we doing what's the first one you got?
Breakout. Oh, yes. Yo, Dark Horse Comics coming April, I believe, right? Is it
April 13th. Yep.
Oh, snap.
This weekend is your last chance to order. So if you guys are feeling it, make sure you reach out to your shop. This is called Breakout. And basically, spaceships have come and they are only abducting young people. We don't know where they came from, but the government tells these young people, you just got to live with it. And the story follows a group of young people that aren't going to do that.
And hysterically at that, man, that's some fucked up shit going on there. I'm like, what? Really? Like, what's going on? I mean, I love you too, because you be coming up with some conspiracy type shit too. And it's like, yo, government is grimy, son. Because what is it? And you have specific age too, group, because
they're only abducting basically like 10, 11-year-olds to 21-year-olds, only adolescents. But we don't know why. And I think that, we don't know why. These spaceships are mysterious. We find out they're not exactly aliens. We don't know where they came from. We don't know what's going on. They won't talk to us. We can't get in there. Our soldiers get blown up trying to get in there. And so the government is not being malicious. They are just saying what we do with so many of the existential problems that we face today. Let's just live with it. There's not much we can do about it. And I mean, for a second, just to think about that, I mean, to have to be a young person and think that any moment in time, some robotic, alien thing is going to come and grab you and take you away. And that's it. You're toast. You're living under that constant fear. it's just terror. It's just agonizing,
Yeah.
and that's what these kids are living with. But when the main character's brother gets taken, he says, "No, I'm not going to just sit back and live with it. I'm going to plan a prison break. I'm going to get my brother out of that ship." And it's a very like Ocean's 11 style heist kind of prison break setup. But it's about getting his brother back, and his friends are going to get a couple other friends back, and standing up to say, "No, we're not gonna take it. We're going to do something about this."
And this is may I assume this is the cast of characters here that we're showing right now. And I love the sweater Ramones, homie got Atari.
I'll talk about the clothing in a second. This is just the main character, and the guy in the glasses is also in. The rest of these are just school kids that are also running at this moment. So this is not the full cast of characters. The full cast is on one of the other images. But you mentioned the clothing, and the artist on this, his name's Wilton Santos. He did some work on Star Wars, some Marvel stuff before, but I dare say this is one of, if not his first creator-owned original things. He might have done something else, but he just is a rock star. He shines. He brings this vibrancy to the characters. The energy is youthful. The clothing. I mean, this is all him just filling it with that kind of energy and mood. And yeah, so you see Ramones and Atari. The kids always have great T-shirts in this.
Oh yeah. I'm digging it.
Yeah, and then the suspense of it all, and then the colorist on this is Jason Wordie, who is out of this world on this. You might be familiar with Jason. He's done a lot of stuff. Wasted Space and
yes.
What else has he done? Lots of the Autumnal, some Vault books. I feel like he's done some Image books too, but he just shines on this. And
look at this one page here. I mean, this is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, gorgeous.
Yeah, even with the reds, but I mean the nice, the black lines, you could tell what's what, and it looks fucked up. I mean, are these the scary ass aliens? Because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, these are these robotic. We don't know if they're aliens or what, but these are these robotic drones that come and just carry the young guys, the young people away. There's the ship.
Damn, yo, hell no.
Yeah, these ships are hanging over these cities. Like just haunting these communities. They're just waiting.
This is some outer limits stuff going on here, folks. You have no idea. I mean, this is like this big cube hovering over an American football field.
Yes.
Before you guys get
touchdown.
Football. Yeah.
Touchdown
for you, exactly.
And the kids are going about their day, just walking around. But
I'm not gonna be walking around. I want to be
out hiding in
this, bro, all day. Yeah, bro. I'm staying in my garage or garage, as you guys in the UK say.
You're hiding out.
Yeah, I ain't fucking around.
I would probably be hiding out too. But I mean, how long can you hide out? I don't know.
Well, I'll be sharpening my swords and my guns, and hopefully I have some adamantium or some vibranium.
They would not want to mess with you. I get it. Yes. They're carrying. Yeah.
This looks like what was that? The Rapture.
Yeah, being carried off. Yeah. I mean, and the terrorizing thing is that they figure out that those people, the kids, are being held up there in detention. The government can't tell too much about what's going on, but they figured out that mainly because they sometimes these young people will smuggle in a cell phone and take a video just precious seconds before the feed is cut, or before the Wi-Fi goes out, or before the cell phone's taken. So we've gotten some glimpses inside these cubed ships, and it's a prison, and they're being held up there. So as hard as it is to see your friends and loved ones be taken, to know that they're still up there alive, it's a very scary setup, and it very good sci-fi horror. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. And this is Dark Horse, right?
This is Dark Horse. Yeah.
Woo,
there it is. There's the cast right there.
Yeah. It goes. I mean, look at that cover. Goddamn, yo.
We wanted a cover that really kind of both brought like that sense of being trapped, but also a sense of like ready to break out, essentially. So this is a really killer cover. This cover is by Adam Gorham. He's on the Blue Flame right now for Vault, but he is just a sick cover artist. He did all the main covers for our series.
That was great, and it kind of also makes me think about the Hellraiser box.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which is
I'm getting scared, bro.
being trapped in there. Yeah.
Ooh,
This
look
is
at this.
this is Raphael Albuquerque's cover here, which
Oh,
we were very excited to get a cover from
how
him.
did you get Rafael, yo? That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Nice. Dope. And this is a gorgeous cover too.
This is now we're
Oh,
coming into Metal Society.
Top Cow Image. Holy smokes, yo! When and I've had the pleasure of having to check this out, and folks, get ready to throw your wallet at your comic shop.
Yeah. Thanks, Al. This is called Metal Society. Gorgeous artwork by Guilherme Balbi and Marco Lesko and Troy Pateri on letters. I'll talk about the artwork more, but the premise on this is it takes place in a future. Humans have had our chance. Big surprise, we blew it. We're done. Our time is out. Robots have taken over, and robots do the most natural thing, which is they bring humans back. They resurrect humans to do the jobs they don't want to do. So humanity is back in a robot world doing manual labor, and it follows this protagonist here, a very strong-willed female human, Rosa, and she kind of realizes that this ain't right. She doesn't want to just be pushed to the side. She wants to be treated equal, and she's going to show what humans are made of and face off against a robot in an MMA style boxing fight. So it's a Rocky meets Blade Runner.
Yeah, and it's a great first issue, man. It's definitely a lot of lead up, a lot of information. We're getting to understand what's popping here, bro. You are a sicko. And your thought process. I mean, is this the future? You think that's gonna happen? Goddamn, bro, you're scaring me.
I am worried. I watched a lot of Boston Dynamics. Have you seen the Boston Dynamic robots that are dancing around and they've
yes, I have, and I'm gonna say, I hope you're not Zack Stradamus, because you're starting to scare me here, bro.
It's a little worrisome what we're doing with robots and stuff. I feel like that's what science fiction does, is it worries about the possibilities, but
it makes the possibilities happen because you inspire some motherfucker to say, okay, let me create this.
I know. Well, yeah. What's the wagging the tail? Yeah. But I think that what was fun about this project is a lot of the stories that I feel like we see, whether it's like The Matrix or Terminator, we always see robots. When robots are in charge in those, they're always very robotic and aggressive. Yeah. And so this kind of was like, what if robots are in charge, but the robot society is kind of a little more human, like they act like us. And that kind of is like holding up a mirror to ourselves and kind of saying, here's what we are like. So it was a lot of fun to kind of explore robots. And this is a scene right here where the humans are walking out. I think we had one where the robots are walking out right at the beginning of the MMA style fight. But it's there's a lot of here she is training. Oof. Yeah, the artwork is just really sick. This guy, Guilherme Balbi is his name, and he was doing
where'd you find this guy, yo? Because I'm saying,
I found him on Alien, the Dark Horse. Dark Horse released
okay.
They released a new Alien book, and it was gorgeous, and he was the artist on it, and he had done a little bit more for them. I think Avatar, he did some Alien Avatar stuff with Dark Horse. He's done a lot of a smattering of stuff, but he's also still relatively new, and he's, I think, a rising star because he really just is great. And he also really teamed up well with Marco Lesko, who is the colorist on Blade Runner.
And it's obvious in this.
Yeah, look at that.
Holy shit! And you say Blade Runner, and I go to this page. It's like, wow.
They really together were able to capture kind of the sci-fi vibe of this. You were mentioning like my thought process. I think that like fans of Eclipse and Port of Earth who really liked my hard sci-fi and world building are really gonna like this one, because it's a lot of world building. It's a lot of layers and there's a lot of sharing the onions of this society. Look at that.
Hey, and look at holy shit. Shit, yo. And I mean, is the audience really this divided? Is that purposeful using those two different colors?
Absolutely. Yeah. That throughout the entire book, we have this motif of division. It's always division. The first page opens.
Oh, welcome to America 2022, right? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of parallels to see and consider. And you know, I think that while it's this really cool book about humans and robots fighting, and it's really this cool sci-fi landscape. Yeah, it's about tribalism. It's about glorifying fights for entertainment value. Where do the fights really resolve anything? And what happens when we take our conflicts in a society and we turn those conflicts into entertainment rather than trying to work together to solve the problems? And
Dude, preach, my brother, preach.
Yeah. So I like to bring up these kinds of topics. I will say that I don't know that I have any answer. I don't have any answer to it at all. I just want to use science fiction to kind of to maybe, I don't know, to raise some questions and provoke some minds. That's
the great Star Trek, even Star Wars, you know, addresses these issues whether you realize it or not. And you know, and that is science fiction. You are here to address things not as direct as you would because you're coming from a science fiction perspective. You know what I mean? But however, there are so many morals in there. You know, like Zack Kaplan is right here. Yo, let me tell you, there's some lessons to be learned and some stuff here.
Yeah, the division is on purpose here. We're trying to show. There's the robot walkout here, and this
Look at
that.
Look at that page though. Look at that page and look at all the different robots and there's the line work, everything. My God, this is gorgeous, yo.
Yeah, really great world building there. Again, the division and the kind of complexity of the separation of colors and the separation of these two worlds being forced together. So, yeah,
I love it. I mean, look at the primary characters there that are about to solve this, you know, issue, if you will. They got to confront it themselves.
This clash of peoples, I guess, if you call the robots peoples, this robots versus human.
But I mean, again, see, and that's the other argument. You know, once they have AI, they have intelligence and all. You know what I mean? Can you really call them robots if they have thought and emotion?
Now you're preaching. Now you're.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Bro, I've been getting into some too much sciencey stuff lately, and it's like when I start thinking about it, just from that deep level, it's like, yo, I mean, if something has sentience, you know, if we're sentient and we have a soul, then can't we say then that they have a soul? If they're able to make a decision, not a rational, I mean, an emotional decision.
Yeah, the robots are very human in this, and they act human in a way, and it's just really fascinating to explore. Yeah, this cover is so good. This is a cover by Christina Khalida, and she's so good. Yeah.
Oh my God, this is fire. I need her to do an Omega one, me taping up like that and shit.
Yes.
Let's take on this comic book world because this is about representing indie and everything else. But you know, primary is indie, and then everything else.
Yes.
I got to use the powers of the big two for that, though. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, bring them in with the big two, but then they find awesome stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look at that one. This is Alan. This is a cover by Alan Kwa.
Dude, Alan Kwa, I met him. Awesome homie. I've seen his work prior. I mean, yo, Alan is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
How did you meet Alan for this?
I had just seen some of his covers online, and they're just like, "Where's Waldo?" of gorgeous detail, and he's just good at detail and dimension and science fiction. And so I knew that he was fantastic for a cover for this. I reached out and we made it happen, and I just love this concept because you immediately gravitate. The great thing about this is because he's so good at detail, you can see the scope of this city. But there she is in the middle, you know, and
it's robots, her enemies. Like,
yeah.
Here I am. I'm standing as the champion amongst you because I see even standing taller.
Yes, you stand, and we talked about that. We talked about, you know, her pose, and you know, this is not a hiding pose. Don't put her in the background. Put her up front. She's heroic. She's every cover. This is a character that's standing tall and standing empowered, ready to stand up for humanity and our values. Yeah.
Woo! Look at this one, coño. Look at that red on it. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at that muscle definition.
Yeah.
And I love this one because I'm not seeing no black line work. This is like color out, beautiful.
This is Mateus Mahanini. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but Mateus Us. He's been. This is just another one. I saw great covers, and I reached out and I said, "You got to do a cover for me." Yeah, he's great.
Bro, this is so fire.
Yeah.
Oh man, he reminds me of Des Pop. He reminds me of Des Taylor, artist right here. Ish. Very nice, gorgeous.
This is Fernando Blanco, who was the artist on Catwoman, and he was the one that brought this cover to me. He said, "How about an homage to Fritz Lang's Metropolis?" Which was a brilliant because Metropolis is this futuristic world about labor relations and about the haves and the have-nots. And so, yes.
If you guys have not watched Metropolis, it's a fucking classic. You just watch it, yo. I mean, again, ahead of its time, especially in thought.
Especially in like special effects too. I mean, these futuristic. They really show this Art Deco futuristic city. But I mean, this movie is from.
It's gorgeous.
20s, I think it's like from the 20s or 30s.
Late 20s to early 30s, I believe. Yeah. Late 20s, early 30s. If anybody's listening, I know y'all listening, so if y'all know, let us
tell us.
Yeah. But there you go. I need you to follow Zack Caps everywhere, Zack Caps, man, because this is the Cap. We just showed you just small pieces of the Capverse, what he's doing here, creating this amazing sci-fi universes, multiple. I mean, the multiverse of the Capverse over here, for real. Multi-Capverse, it's called like that.
Multi-Capverse.
No, for real, brother. I appreciate you. I want to give you your flowers just for a sec, man. It's for real, man. Thank you for entertaining me. I know you've been doing this for number of years now. Thank you for coming onto the scene and being brave and bold to share your content and share your vision. I mean, I know we as comic fans appreciate the hell out of you. You've entertained the crap out of us with what you've done, what you're doing, and then we can't wait to what's coming.
I'll turn it back. I thank you and thank all the readers out there, because I know that times are hard right now. We just got through a crazy pandemic, and what you choose to read and what you choose to digest is very limited. So if you're picking up my books and you're reading me, thank you very much. I love my readers. Anyone who's reading my stuff, I'm excited to get back to cons. I'm on social media. Reach out. Tell me what you think. Yeah.
Talking about cons, before we go, is there any con you're going to do this year that we could meet you, get our book signed, hang out, get a pick? What's popping?
Tentatively, I'm looking summer and fall, so I'm ironing it all out. San Diego Comic-Con's on my radar for sure. I want to do that one. I want to do New York. I'm looking at Emerald City up in Seattle. Hopefully, I'll make that happen, and I'll see what else I can get going on. Maybe I'll be able to do LA Comic-Con in the fall. So I'm not sure I'm going to get to any in the next month or so here, but I'm eyeing summer and fall for sure.
Yeah. Excellent. And so we have Breakout in April. Metal Society is when?
Metal Society's in May.
Hey, April and May. Look, he's about to drop something every month, homie. Over
Actually,
here.
Funny you say that, Al. I think I have something coming that's going to be announced any day now. And
what a tease! What a tease! I better get that press release like ASAP so I can find out. And
I feel like you might get it any day now. So
shit. Oh shit! Look how he teases now. He's been not he a boss.
June just looked very lonely after I planned my April book and my May book, and so I just thought June deserves something too.
Yes,
so.
Bring it. More of the multi-Capverse. We need this. Let's get it done. So with that, Zack, thanks again for tuning in. Everybody, we need you to follow Zack everywhere at Zack Caps, ZACKKAPS. Please visit the website Zack Caps, same spelling, all right, .com. So check out everything. He'll keep you posted on what's popping. please check out Dark Horse Comics. Go to your LCS right now. Tell them you want Breakout. Tell them you want Metal Society. Get it done. You want this in your life.
Especially because two things. One, with the paper shortage and all of that, you know, they're not going to print just loads and loads. You know, you're going to go on New Comic Book Day and it's going to be sold out. And especially if you like all those covers that you're seeing on Metal Society or Breakout's got some covers, you're not going to get the one you want. I mean, I've learned my lesson. I won too many times. I'm a comic reader, and one too many times I went to the shop and I went, I'm here for number one. And they went, it's gone, man. It's 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's gone.
I love it. Thank you for mentioning that. It's true collectors. I mean, real collectors. You know, not you speculators that hoard shit. Screw you guys. I despise you guys. But for you collectors, get to your shop and make sure that you buy what you want really quickly, or just tell them, add it to my pull list, so that way you could circumvent those speculators that want to buy 50 copies of a book. All right. Add it to a pull list. Tell your shop, add this to my pull list. If not, there's plenty of websites that will fulfill what you got, especially comiccrusaders.shop. All right, they fulfill your pull list. So add Zack Caps to your pull list if you're one of our customers. All right. And with that, Zack, thank you for tuning in. Yo, bro, hanging out.
Thank you. Awesome. Always a pleasure.
I love the energy, kiddo. Get it done, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all was shy today. Either you're driving or something. I know. Don't get into no accidents, at least. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Much love. You know that Arthur tells you what to do with that. I'm Omega. Check out everything Comic Crusaders. Check out everything Undercover Capes. Hasta la próxima. Wepa! Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit comiccrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at undercovercapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.